And a jolly good morning to you from a somewhat cool but bright and breezy Koszalin here in northern Poland, northwest Poland to be precise. And I've just popped here today to have a look around. I know absolutely nothing about this place, so I thought I'll give it a try, see what's what with it. It looks like the stations here is under major renovation. Hence all these temporary signs that are up, and it looks like the main building has been knocked down or rebuilt, but there's a sign there saying that the tickets and the waiting room are over here. But I've just arrived. I'll only need that later on when I head back to Koszalin. Oh dear. So if you like videos about Poland and places you've never been to before, or places you have been to before, then check out my channel, have a little look, and maybe subscribe. Anyway, I don't know quite what I'm going to do while I'm here. There's a nice little 45-minute train journey, and as you can see, the station is getting a bit of an overhaul, to say the least. So there's underpass here anyway, taking me under that busy road. I'm going to head into the town and see what's here. First of all, I'm just going to suss out where I can buy a ticket back later on. In fact, this machine looks like a good bet. Well, that ticket machine, they're normally pretty good actually. Certainly needs a bit of an overhaul. So it's going to be the ticket office. You can actually buy the tickets on the train, but there's a slight question mark over whether if there is a possibility of buying your ticket before you get on, whether there's a small supplement as a result of not having done that. So I don't think there is on Polregio. So we shall check that out later, but I'll just allow plenty of time to go to the ticket office. As always here, there's usually quite a queue. Anyway, I had a little look about what's what with this place, Koszalin, and not too sure. There's a huge amount for tourists here, although there is a information for culture and tourism just there. So possibly doesn't appear to be actually open today, so that's that idea out the window. But I can see a QR code for a city plan, a map, Plan Miasta. So I shall have a little scan of that. Saying that, there is somebody in there. Oh, I'm going in. Let's go crazy. Well, that was an extremely nice young lady in there who spoke immaculate English, of course, and has pointed me in the right direction to see some of the more interesting sights here in Koszalin. First stop is going to be Żabka, because I need another coffee. The one I had this morning was somewhat less than fulfilling, let's say. So some nice old buildings here actually. So I'm going to grab a coffee, sit on one of these seats, have a little look at the map, which was very conveniently in English, and head off to a place that was pointed out to me on the map, which is about a 4-kilometre walk. Now that sounds perfect for a little ride around, a little walk around I should say. I did mention the bus, but it gets very confusing sometimes. So I'm going to head off to a place called Góra Chełmska. Helmska Mountain. I think I've pronounced that correctly. Yeah, it was pointed out to me as an interesting place to go to. It's approximately 2.5 miles or 4 kilometres away. So I'm just going to follow the route, which using a combo of the map young lady gave me in the information office and Google Maps seems to take me through the interesting parts of the town as well. So let's go. Coffee consumed. Let's head off to, Gora means mountain or hill. So presumably we're going uphill. I hope so anyway, because normally you get a great view of what's going on up there. So Google Maps is telling me it's going to take about an hour and 15 minutes to walk there. And hopefully I can make a slightly different route to come back to make it more interesting. Obviously it's going to be somewhere along the same lines to come back, which is perfect because I want to get back to Kòszalin later on today, have some seafood out on the seafront there. We're about 20 or so kilometres inland from the sea here, so unless jump on a bus or something, that's not doable here. This is more like a regional town, capital of the or main town in the county of, I think it's Koszalin County. Up to the museum on the corner here, or at least that's what Google Maps is telling me it is, and straight ahead is a park. Seem to be walking around the periphery of that with the Google Maps instructions, but I'm going to take a walk through it, I think, so I'm sure that'll be far more pleasant than walking along the road. I need a sort of a go jauntily type app for abroad. That's the one I use in the UK, and very rarely lets you down, I have to say. Very good app indeed. I'm not sponsored by it or anything like that, but it's certainly one I would recommend. First real sign of something of note here. Medieval defensive walls at the circumference of 1,600 metres, reinforced by 46 watchtowers and 3 gates. They formed a closed ring. The wall thickens at the base. It was 1.3 metres and the height is 7 metres. Freeze frame that if you want to read the rest of it. As with all good parks, there's some public toilets here. So I need to be heading roughly over in that direction according to Google Maps. So I'm going to get in here and hopefully some sort of footpath will take me roughly in that direction. Otherwise I'm going to be backtracking on myself. There's the old fortifications and wall. It's a bit down by the station and the centre of town where the information office is. It's a little bit down on its luck, let's say, by the looks of it. But I think as a whole, this town is quite a pleasant one with some interesting features. I did ask the young lady in there if many tourists come here, and she said it was mostly Czech and German. Germany not being too far away from here, of course, so it's an easy little slide over the border. And for Czech, it is quite a long way. But I think they just come to this part of Poland in general, not here here specifically. Seems to be like a stream or river down the bottom there, so I'm hoping I'll be able to get across that. Let's take this left turn here. Nice big park actually. This was one of the recommended places to come and visit. Oh, and there's a bridge taking me over. That's very handy. Well, I have to say, once you get away from the slightly sketchy centre of town, it does become really rather pleasant here. It's the Koszalin Philharmonic Orchestra building somewhere around here, if I'm understanding the sign correctly at least, anyway, which I'm probably not. Bit of a modern version, of course, but that's shown on the map as an amphitheatre. Obviously not a Roman one, or at least saying that, it may well be, just with a modern roof on it. Just going to have a little look actually, because that looks like very old brickwork and so on. In fact, there's a sign here, so this is looking... Oh. Built in 1973. Maybe not then. So before the amphitheatre was a... did I say amphitheatre? A shooting garden with a shooting range of the Koszalin Shooting Association. Interesting. Right, let's have a... I'm being sent that way on the map, but I'll just have a little wander around this way. Oh yeah, no. Looking through the trees, it looked like a very old structure, but quite clearly it's a very modern one. But looks a fine structure. Having said that, I'll just pop the camera through. That looks a good place to go and see some entertainment. Can't see anything advertised as being on soon. 9th to the 14th of June, there was something on. It's about the 19th of June now, I think. I'm kind of hoping I'm going up these steps. I just need to refer back to my little route map. Either that or it's down there. It's not up there. I must be going up at some point though, as I'm going up a mountain or hill. Very pleasant park this actually. Just trawling out the outskirts of Kœşalin now, towards the Góra Helmska, I think it is. I should put some more footage on it if I've come across anything interesting, but as I say, it's just the kind of the suburbs at the moment, and a petrol station. And a hospital. There's some interesting old buildings here and houses. I mean, look at that. Don't know if that's someone's residential house or something a little bit more. And then there's this. Looks derelict, mind you. first glance, walking along, that logo there looked like a certain other kind of imagery that you would definitely most not expect to see in Poland. Well, I haven't seen it in Poland because obviously it isn't, but yeah, first glance. Bit unfortunate that. Maybe should reconsider their logo. Still about another 30 minutes to go apparently, but just heading out of the suburbs and into what looks like the woods, so that should make it a more pleasant walk once I get just up here, hopefully anyway. And I'm also hoping that there'll be some sort of sign that sends me up kind of a public footpath rather than a road to the top. Let's see, useful little sign, even though there's been a bit of graffiti on it. Right, sort of a feeling you can probably go that way. Can't be certain, so I'm going to stick to the road and the footpath and maybe come back that way if it looks like it was a viable route. I'm not entirely sure it's taking me in the right direction. It's going to be a steady uphill to the top now, I think. I won't look it on the video, but this is quite a climb up here. He's got his gears in the low. Yeah, it's going to be a lovely walk to the top. Better luck there'll be somewhere to get some refreshments. An old building hiding in the trees there. Taking a right turn in a moment, not this one here, the next one just a little bit further up, and from there it is approximately 1 kilometre to the top. It's going to be a great place to cycle up to on this cycle track, so nice and safe, and that'll certainly give your legs a good workout. If you decide to drive up to this part of it, there's a bit of a car park over there, but it's got to be said there isn't too many parking spaces, so I don't know if there's any more somewhere, but you might struggle to find a parking space on a busy weekend. And it's saying left for Helmska. Saying left. That's interesting. My map's telling me to go right. Right, interesting. I better check that out. Slightly confused. I think I'm going to go with my instinct rather than the map. I think that must be some sort of sanatorium or sanitarium, whatever they call them, up in that general direction. I'm going to go this way because there's a great big sign there. Definitely this way. That's what we're aiming for. It's like the late Pope John Paul II, who of course was Polish, came here. Sort of feels like I shouldn't be coming up here, but I'm going to go anyway. The worst that can happen is I'm asked to leave. There's a sign up there which is one of that, a bit like the other signs, which will have it in English, so I better just have a little read of that. Beautiful. Yeah, Helmska Hill, Gothenburg. Okay, so this is said, if you can't already see it, I'll go a bit closer so you can freeze frame and read it. It's in Helmska Hill. This is one of the 3 holy mounts in the middle of Pomerania, the highest rise of which, Dzierżęcinka, 137 metres above sea level, has a long tradition of Christian pilgrimage venue. And on it goes. I didn't realise it was a religious place, but I'm not religious myself, but I do find them interesting and quite peaceful, generally speaking, which is what I do definitely like. I presume I can go up those steps there. I don't know. Or back down them. I think I'll take this route and then maybe come back that way. It's not much further now. I don't know what was in the other direction, but when I put that in the map, that's where it was sending me to. But that's all the fun of exploring places you don't know anything about and have never been to before and probably won't ever come to again, but you never know. You never know. I'll cut across here since someone has forged a little path through the trees to where the steps are. Wow, what a fabulously tranquil place this is. Helped by the fact that there's not too many people about. In fact, I'll go as far as to say there isn't anybody about. Guy washing his car. Right, so that's Góra Helmska completed. Going to head back into Kòszalin now, and anything I see of interest along the way, I'll add to it. Hopefully take a slightly different route back. I shall look into that right now. Very tranquil place though. A few more people did actually turn up, funnily enough. I suspect they came on a bus because they seemed to all arrive at once. Whereas I walked up, there was a little cafe. In fact, there was 2 sort of small little kiosk. Get all the usual snacks and things from, and a proper cafe stroke restaurant up there. Public toilets, and and a shop. If that's your thing, head up here. Quite an interesting place. Well, the Google Maps is adamant that there's something in the other direction, despite all the signs here. So I'm going to take a little walk up here. It doesn't appear to be a problem. Can't see any any signs telling you can't go up here. I can't walk up here anyway. Just going to go and have a little look. Be ashamed to miss. There's a bit more parking down here actually. And one of those extremely grim-looking porter cabin toilets, portaloos. Oh no! I had a very, very bad experience with one of those in Spain. The worst one I've ever been in, and I don't want that repeating at any time soon. And it's 10 minutes in this direction. I presume it's just the top of a hill, as opposed to a church. So 10 minutes in each direction, I can live with that. Just for the knowledge of what is here. It's great countryside in Poland. You soon get out of towns and into areas of wooded forests and so on. Superb for cycling, mountain biking, that kind of thing. One thing I do know for sure in here is I don't want to stand still for too long, because there's quite a few little things that want to nibble me. Keep moving, it's not too bad, but I dare say some will have got me by the time I get back. Yeah, Google Maps isn't quite sure where I should be going now, so I think I'm going to wrap this one up in here at least. Head back into town. Looks like a sort of a half-baked forestry kind of place with a few trees chopped down, but not a lot else going on. Lots of insects. Supposed to be deers in here as well, and one or two other interesting bits of wildlife, but not seen any so far. They probably saw me ages ago. Lots of stagnant water though, which is never great on the mosquito front. Right, we're here. No time to stop. Things land on you quite quickly. Right, yeah, it's not much in here, and obviously if you do come up here, I think where it's got confused is that there is a right-hand turn for pulling in and parking, but it's certainly not a kilometre. It's about 10 yards inside. So, as we know, Google Maps is never wrong, so we tend to trust it a bit too much, I think. Anyway, I'm going to head back into town, and I'll add some more onto this as and when I see something of interest. I'm going to try and get out of here as quickly as possible because things are nibbling away at me. I'll spend the whole evening scratching. So I'm already itching now just thinking about it. Oh, whoever invented mosquitoes, honestly. Well, mosquitoes and wasps, banish the lot. Let's get out of here. One thing's for sure, if you do come to Kۆszalin, then you won't be disappointed, on your bike of course, you won't be disappointed with the cycle track arrangements here. Absolutely everywhere. I don't think I've walked anywhere yet where there hasn't been one. I did look in the tourist information pack, and it did seem to, unless I misunderstood it, proudly advertise the fact that it's got the largest amount of cycle tracks in kilometres per capita of population in all of Poland. So that's something to be quite proud of, and certainly it's not an issue. There's plenty of them, and yeah, saves having to cycle on the road for sure. Nearly back into the centre of town now. And here we are back in the centre of Kòszalin, with a nice little fountain. A bit cold today for the kiddies to be jumping in and out of it, but I dare say they do on a warm day. And I dare say a few people sit out here having a pint or two in the, I would say old square, but it's not very old. It's quite new by the looks of it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I wouldn't say Koszalin was particularly geared up for tourists, but it's an interesting place all the same, and worthy of a few hours if you are in this part of Poland. So thanks for watching. There's plenty more content coming, so don't forget to subscribe, like this if you liked it. If you're still watching now, I guess you must have liked a bit of it, and the yellow bell if you'd like notifications when I bring out more videos. More coming from Poland, rest of Europe, United Kingdom, and there's 1,400 already in the bank for you to browse through. Thank you again for watching. Cheers for now. Bye.